everybody, it's Robin. So I have this ugly old nail here that has some sticky on it, and I'm practicing on my new camera, so I figured I would do a quick poinsettia for you. So I have red, white, purple, green. I don't know what I'm going to use, but I want to make sure that I have everything accounted for. So I'm going to mix purple and the green a little bit together and make a darker green. So that is one I think I'll love. I think that I'm also going to add a little bit of gold. So let me get that on my palette while I'm still getting stuff ready. Of course it's stuck. Gold number 2. Alright. Okay. So I have some gold on there. So I am going in with leaves. Now this is a big nail. It's the same principle for a big or small nail. I'm using robinmosesnailart.com. This is called the wand, and I made these specifically for all of my nail videos. Okay, now you want the placement of your flower to show, so you want to have one in the center, some on the sides, and have at least one good one. So I'm pushing my brush, push, 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 and then as I get to the top, I pull up. And push, 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 pull up. And these are the big open leaves that are lush behind the poinsettia. You can do this in white and in red, any color you really want. I was going to do it in purple, and that's why I put the purple right there, and I decided against it. So, because a lot of people might not say it's poinsettia. So, anyway, there's that, and then I wipe my brush, and I have a little cotton round. Get some acetone on it, and then I wipe. So now my brush is clean, and I go into the next color, which will be pure red, but on another color, if I was doing anything lighter, I would make a darker red. But this is a nice, good starting red. So in between each leaf, I put a petal. So petal, petal. And does it mix up a little bit? Yep. And that's what I want. I don't want my stuff to be perfect. If you want your stuff to be perfect, let each one dry in between, and it will come out more perfect. So there's this, and this. It was the day that I stopped trying to be perfect and stopped trying to compare myself with everybody, and just did what I loved, that I really found where my voice was with painting. And my clientele really made a huge change about that time as well. So I encourage you guys to find your own step. I'm just teaching and the basics, and then you guys go from there. I want the shops to be full of good nail artists, and if you're going to start a YouTube channel, please say thank you to everyone who's inspired you always. I see these new channels coming up more and more that just do not say thank you to anyone, and they've taken all of our work. So if you see that, just make them say thanks. Maybe that'll be the biggest message I leave the world. Just say thank you. Okay. Because little kids need to learn how to say thank you to each other. How are they going to learn? So there's this. I added a little bit of white, and I'm going in between. Again, my paint is all still wet, but I'm pushing and pulling up with my brush, and I'm not scratching into the other paints. I'm kind of just adding layers of paint little by little. Again, if you go too slow, this will all be dry. But if you're too fast and you keep messing up the design, like right here, here's what I do. Let me zoom in. Okay, see right here. You just want to put the next petal up against it, and boom. Put the petal up against it, up against it. That. And you see how it becomes like kind of ethereal? That's what I want. See, that's something you can't get when you're trying to be perfect. So there is that. Now for the centers, I have these little gold beads. Don't ask me where I got these, but I bet you can find gold micro beads on eBay for nothing anymore. My worry is that they lose their color with top coat. Some of the micro beads do that, and I don't know which ones they are. Like, you never know the quality of the micro bead that you're using. Come on, there we go. Until you top coat the first one. And I wish that manufacturers on eBay would say, does not change with top coat. That would be a perfect thing, but you just don't know. So sometimes if you buy a bead, so if you guys are new and you buy micro beads and then you top coat them and they turn clear, then you've just wasted a lot of time if you need them to be a certain color. So just imagine them all being clear and then you're all good, because no matter what happens, you're covered. There's that. I always like that micro beads in the centers of these flowers, because they just look like Christmas when you're done. And so I go in with the top coat blob, and then I take that blob and I turn those beads around. And some of them stick and some of them don't, and I just kind of just move the ones that do into a circle. Then I take all the top coat off the end of my brush with the cotton round, and then I squish them in a circle. But the two, look at, remember that big old blob on the back? It doesn't matter. So there's that. See how the top coat pulled the wet paint? That's perfect. That's called crack. When you crack your paint, take the end of your brush and just tap in. Boom, crack on. And that really is how fast and easy it is to mess with any crack you get with this paint. So I'm going to do that. Find my lid. Always put your lid away ASAP on all your stuff. It'll save you tons of money in the long run. Just because if you have your lid off, sure as heck, a kid is going to run by and knock it over. And then if you're talking crap and a kid runs by and doesn't do that, you're going to do it for yourself. So I put away all of my my beads and my stuff that I start collecting around me back in place while I wait for the nail to dry. That way I'm ready for my next client. So I put everything back, wipe down my area of any kind of dust. Anyway, okay, so that should be dry enough to paint a top coat on. We could do, no, like I don't want to be fancy right now. I need to learn how to use my camera. Okay, so I top coat like I do, like you would frosting a hot cake. You want a nice thick layer and you work it down. You do not, you barely touch the edge of the top coat brush to your nail. And you guys might think that this is a little bit thick, and I might say you're right for an average mani, but not for one with a lot of nail art. Then you take it and kind of pull your excess off so that it's nice and flat. Getting this down for nail art like this, it takes some practice, but over time you get it, and it really is an awesome way. And Dazzle Dry does last 2 to 3 weeks, and they don't pay me a dime to say that. I just like them. I like this top coat a lot. So let me try and get this. There it is. So anyways, there are Christmas poinsettias. You can do one accent nail, or you can do all 10. You can do your toes. And it is something that never goes out of style. If you search Robin Moses poinsettias on YouTube, I have at least 10 different designs, all different lengths of nails and stuff like that with this design on it. And if you try them, please hashtag me, inspired by Robin Moses, subscribe, share, all of that. And I will see you back with more. Everybody have a great holiday. Bye.